Was fucked out.
Game on! Welcome to another episode of Two Ales and Hockey Tales with Wally. Don't know why I'm looking at my notes because I don't have anything written down. But today I'm so excited to have on a 31-year-old from Cardiff, Wales. He is one of the best trophy makers I've ever seen outside of myself in the world, creating a Stanley Cup style trophy for Matthew Myers' testimonial, where he was my roommate and hosted me for the weekend. And we're heading back now for the Goats testimonial, but he is best known as being the captain for Ty Hafan in the UK Charity All-Stars weekend, where they are running amok, making money for great causes around the UK. Welcome on, Scott Smith Myers.
Yeah, thank you.
What's this Myers about? Did you get the wife's name? Did you add the wife's name to your name?
Well, yeah, it's a long
Did she
story,
bully you
but
into that?
yeah, you got it, nailed it. We wanted to all have the same surname, and with obviously with the baby and stuff. So, and she didn't want to lose Myers, and I was quite happy with losing like a part of my name because mine was double barreled as well. So
Oh, you're
I was
double
quite.
barreled already, so now you just used
So I
hers.
just dropped, yeah, I just dropped the one, kept the Smith,
Mm.
picked his up, so
Well,
we
the
could all have the
Myers
same
name
name.
is a
So.
well-known name around Wales, isn't it? That Matthew guy is pretty good at hockey.
Carries a bit of weight, so yeah,
Mm.
gonna have to step up at all stars this year.
But I get into how we know each other. Well, I've stayed at your house when I came for Matthew's testimonial,
Yeah,
which was awesome fun, and that was a heck of a trophy we built that night, eh?
that was a wild night. If you told me 5 years ago that had happened, I was making a trophy in my living room with you guys, would never have believed you.
Uh, when we made it, that he was scrambling. The game was happening like 2 days later, and he hadn't even been sent the jerseys yet, and they showed up that day when I got there. And fun fact for everybody is why be mean to refs? When I needed a ride from the airport to Matthew's house, or to your house, I guess,
Yeah,
I had two refs, Dean Smith and Lee Young. One picked me up at the airport, drove me halfway, met the other ref, and then he drove me the rest of the way. And man, it's pretty cool, the hockey world, when you can get rides from refs like 5 years later from the airport. That's hockey.
yeah, class.
But
That was a wild night. That was a
we
wild
did
day.
we did make the trophy out of the boxes the jerseys came in.
Yeah, and tinfoil, and my one of my bowls, which we still got up there, which is the top.
Did you destruct the trophy after and keep your bowl?
I've still not seen that ball since that
Mm.
day. I don't know
Uh,
where it is. It's out there somewhere.
I
But
would have brought the trophy back with me to put up here, but I couldn't fit it on the plane.
you should have just taken the ball with you and just had it on the back.
Fun fact is one of my favorite hobbies is building trophies for tournaments. I built one for my work golf tournament. We had a superheat one, and I made it like a heat treatment one. I had a pipe with the heater on it, and then like I used all my resources around the office. I had a guy weld the like trophy guy on top of the pipe, and now my company liked my trophy so much it sits at the front desk of the office now.
So, are you bringing one over for Joey's testimonial?
I'll have to ask if he needs me to whip up a trophy. It'd be hard to travel with the trophy, but I'm willing to make him one if he wants one. Because I had a golf tournament with my under 13 boys. I made a trophy for that. And now I'm having a Two Ales and Hockey Tales golf tournament May 24th in Kincardine, Ontario, Canada, folks. And I need 112 golfers or I lose. But it's pretty cool. My company I work for is sponsoring it, as well as the Power Workers Union, and we're going to raise money for the hospital in town. And I think everybody's winning if I get to have fun and see all my friends, and we raise money for a good cause.
Yeah, nice.
So I'm gonna have to whip up a
It's
pretty
class.
sweet trophy for that, eh?
Yeah, you can't let that down.
We set the bar pretty high with Matthews, didn't we?
Yeah, you could call it that, I suppose.
Well, I mean, I don't know if people knew, but that day I became a champion again playing. The last championship I won as a player, which is pretty neat. Other than last season, I won as a goaltender with my under 13 boys. We played a 3-on-3 tournament. I played goalie because we needed another goalie. And I built a trophy for that tournament too, and then won it as the goalie.
There's a fix going on here. It's mad how Matthew won his tournament as well, in his testimonial.
Well, I think he thought he was going to win with Team GB there because we played Team GB in the final game, and he played most of that game or all of it with Team GB. And then once he realized that Wally's Devils were going to win, he switched his jersey for the photos and got in the Devils jersey.
Hey, winners win, don't they?
Hey, I had never beat Team Great Britain before, but it felt pretty good that day. So back when I went over there, Paige was pregnant. You were just
She
about to have a
was.
baby. And then the
Yeah,
next time I came back for Batchy's testimonial, then I met your baby. How old's
yeah.
your kid now?
2.5 now. So
Time
yeah, she
flies, eh?
was. Well, so yeah, since Matthew's testimonial, we've got married, had the baby. Now, yeah, everyone's moved out of our house that was living here. So, because we had Matthew living here on the drive in his camper van, Joseph living in the spare room. We
The
had
camper van. That's where we did a podcast from when I stayed there. We went out to the driveway and did a pod from the camper van. What's its name? Betty or something?
Betty the Beaver bus.
It is
It's still
is it not a sweet camper van? I can't believe he built that. It's cool. Like they got a kitchen, they
it's
got a
class.
shower.
Yeah, it's class.
It
But
really
it has got
is.
a picture of a beaver on the back. If you see him rocking around Cardiff, there's a big beaver on the back.
Well, fun fact for everybody, when we did that pod in his camper van, we were ranked #1 in the UK, 2 Ls and Hockey Tales like the next day. That's the Matthew Myers effect, isn't
Yeah.
it? So he's coaching the Devils now, eh?
Yeah. Yeah. First year doing it. So I think
Um,
he's enjoying it. I
he,
think he's enjoying it.
I would think so. I mean, that's pretty sweet that he can stay in the game and still be part of the team and get his feet into coaching pro hockey right off the hop, eh?
Yeah. Best gets to be around the boys as well, which is massive, isn't it? So
That's the fun part, isn't it? And now I don't recall you being a hockey player when I was around. Now you're a hockey player
we're
too.
having a go. Having a
Yeah.
go, not very good. Like
You're not very good?
not really, like Sunday League football over here. Like it's not very good, but we have a go and we have a laugh and like the locker room's the best bit with the boys. So
It sure is.
the, getting the beers after the game and yeah, we just formed a new team now, Cardiff Bay Buccaneers as we are. So
Cardiff Bay Buccaneers. I can't
yeah,
believe how many hockey teams there are in Cardiff, Wales now. I got a Cardiff Centaurs jersey behind me. I
yeah,
got the sledge hockey team's jersey behind me. And now Hendo's got the Cardiff Canucks that have 2 Ls and Hockey Tales logos on every shoulder. And he just sent me a photo that he's sending me a Walton 18 Cardiff Canucks jersey. I just can't believe how hockey's
nice.
exploded in that city since I played there a decade ago, you know?
It's mental, and the fact that they got rid of the other ice pad is so shit because
It's so dumb, isn't
we're
it?
we're training like we got training tonight. Like the Devil play tonight. We'll go to that game, and then our training is at 11:30 tonight till half midnight.
Serious.
Yes, crap.
That's not when you want to play hockey.
Nah, but if that's all we got, then
Right.
it is what it is. We're still getting like 30 guys turn up as well, so it's not like we're just having a few guys turn up to make up the numbers. It's we're all showing up.
This is the
So
Cardiff Bay Buccaneers. I bet you guys got some pretty sweet jerseys, eh?
well, we've just started. So we used to be part of the Cardiff Dragons, which is another team in the league in the rink, and then we split off, and now we're the Buccaneers. So we're in the process of getting it all designed, and our logo is pretty cool. But yeah, it's early stages, but
Right.
um,
Well,
yeah,
if a
it's exciting.
we there's been a weird trend around Cardiff, Wales of putting 2 Ls and Hockey Tales logos on jerseys. So if you feel like doing that, the Canucks did it, the Centaurs did it. It's just an idea if you want to. I just still don't make money doing this. I just have fun.
I'll
Um,
float her. I'll float her.
but fun fact is, for Joey's the Goats testimonial, which I get to come back to Cardiff again. I am having a raffle for a Walton 18 2 Ls and Hockey Tales jersey at raffle.com or something. But anywho, I'll post that stuff and flights are expensive and kids are expensive. And I just want to be able to go back to Cardiff in June to see my goat and all the boys and have a go. And I just need everybody's support in buying raffle tickets for the Walton 18 jersey. So then my flight's covered and I can come,
Yeah, man.
takes everybody to win, right?
I think I've seen one of those jerseys before. Dan Perkins wearing one of those.
My creepy
Dan,
stalker neighbor.
Dan is one of my good friends. He's
Oh, he's a
class.
beauty, isn't he?
Oh my God. He is
How do
a
you know Dan?
special
He's
guy.
my creepy stalker neighbor. He used to smell my underwear all the time.
So we started playing ball hockey when I was 18, so years ago, and just became mates then, and just never stopped being mates. And he's just a special guy.
He
He is
is.
he is one of the good ones, but he's a special guy. He's
Ah, man, that's bringing back memories. I should reach out to them. I knew them because they lived in the same apartment complex as me and knew they were big Devils fans. And
yeah.
then when I was hurt and couldn't play, and I knew he would pay for the streams, and I didn't want to, um, I would go up to his flat to watch the games with him and have beers. And I remember his wife saying, Sarah was like, "He's so nervous that you're coming up tonight." I'm like, "Why? To watch a hockey game with me? Why would you be nervous?"
He's one of the only guys I've seen get so animated at hockey. I remember we went, I'm sure it was in Coventry. He just got married to Sarah. They got married in Vegas, and he had like a black wedding ring, and he got so animated he was like punching the glass, and he like completely smashed his ring.
His new wedding ring he
His
smashed.
new wedding ring.
Um,
He's great.
one of my funny stories with him was when I went to do the pregame speech in Manchester at the end of the season. I went on the fan bus and sat on the back of the bus with him and all the boys and had beers all the way there. And then did my pregame speech for the boys, and then we won. And then I remember talking to Franny after the game, and he was like, "Why would you come back on the bus with us?" He's like, "It'll be no fun. We have a game tomorrow, and the boys are all just going to be trying to go to sleep." He's like, "Why don't you go back on the fan bus and have fun?" I was like, "Well, that's a pretty good idea." So then I went back on the fan bus with Dan. So then that was another couple hours of having fun. And then when we got back to Cardiff, me and him sat in my car listening to tunes, waiting for the team to get back so Carl Hudson could drive us home.
He's such a good guy. I love Dan.
So
Yeah,
anyways, let's get into your hockey playing. You are the captain of T Haven?
T Haven, yeah.
Haven. How
Yeah,
do you
so
say it?
it was Pepper. James, you've interviewed James Pepper before, haven't you?
I did, yeah. Yes.
So he was captain previously, and then he stepped down the last time we did it in Cardiff, and they asked me to be captain. So I was over the moon when they asked.
Yeah, that's
So
pretty it's pretty cool to be named captain of any team, but you guys are doing it for a pretty good cause because I've been to T Haven in Cardiff and visited uh well, there were some kids we went to visit and
yeah,
some other people, but it's a good cause what you're raising money for.
yeah, it's wicked. And as part of being the captain, one of the things I really wanted to do was to try and take as many of the guys to the hospice to show them really like what this
What it's
raising the
about.
money for. Yeah, of course, because it's all well and good saying, yeah, I'm raising money for this children's hospice, it does great work. But until you've actually been there and seen what it does, um, you can't really understand it. But
And
we actually,
it's not a it's not a good feeling having to go there.
it is and it isn't. Like
Right.
it's amazing to understand it and see the amazing work they do. Obviously, it's a sad place. It's like end of life care for sick kids and stuff. But um, it was so valuable to take the guys and also like bond as a team. We went out and had some beers, but we had quite a funny moment when we were there last time. So they organized for the youth board to come in. They've got like a youth board that help kids in the community. Like they'll come in and help out. And it was made up of like four able-bodied kids who either had a tie to the hospice, and there was one guy who was in a wheelchair, who was severely disabled but could talk and things like that. I think he was about 17, And they're all like going around the table asking questions to us, and it was about eight of us, I think. And they're going, is it hard to play hockey? And one of the boys goes, well, yeah, you've got to worry about skating, and anyone can kick a football and run around. And the kid in the wheelchair just went, I can't, and just started laughing. And you could see the panic on his face. He was just going, oh my God, what have I just said?
That's pretty
It-
clever, that
uh,
kid to say.
the kid in the wheelchair started laughing. Everyone else like sort of paused and then just wet themselves laughing. And the kid was so funny with it.
I
But
think
afterwards, I told Joe and I was like, Joe, what was that? He went, I don't know. I don't know. I just panicked.
when I went there, I remember being there with Jake Morissette for sure, and maybe Marshy, a couple others. But I'm pretty sure we got into like a paint war with the kids where like you threw paint at each other and they like covered the room. And
Yeah.
yeah, we got dirty that day.
It's not like you to have paint on you, Wally.
I do that. I'll do that for free.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, yeah, you might be alluding to that Wally night when I might have spray painted myself and waved the flag at the crowd, eh?
Where you either covered in paint with your top off or not here.
Yeah, I guess it's tough when you set the bar that high, right? Because then people expect it from you, you know? It's like I
Yeah.
like the element of surprise and
You've lost that for sure. You've
right now,
lost that element.
yeah, now it's like, well, if Wally's coming, he's gonna have to get topless and spray painted. I
You're gonna have to really think of something this year.
mean,
You have to really think.
well, I remember at Matthews, I had spray painted myself as Myers 8 on the back, and then Franny and I, well, it happened quite organically in the game. We told each other we are going to go the first shift, and he's going to have to rip my top off, so the Myers 8's out. And then it just happened. I was crossing the blue line, and somebody actually like hit me. So then I whacked him, and then Franny came in, and everybody thought it was a real fight. And I heard there were kids in the crowd like crying, like bawling their eyes out, saying, why would Franny do this to Wally?
They've obviously never seen that side of Franny.
He had a tough time getting my shoulder pads off, but then once he did it, it all worked out.
uh,
Did you play in Matthew's game? Did he not let you?
no, I just got buckled in the changing rooms,
Yeah.
which I did for Ben's as well, actually. I did for Benny's testimonial. I don't know what it is about testimonials.
They can get to
Just
you.
just get buckled and then yeah.
Oh, the goats is like, I heard this was weeks ago. There was only like 1,000 tickets left already. It's gonna be a mess.
It's gonna be huge.
It's gonna be huge. What a
Yeah.
time to be alive, eh?
Well, it might be the highest selling testimonial.
Have you seen the roster he's put together?
Mad.
It's the biggest beauties ever.
It's like it's such like there's like so many fans as well that remember all of those players.
Oh my God. I can't wait to go. It's gonna be so much fun.
You're gonna get in a right mess.
I have a hard time sometimes controlling my excitement, and I am prepared to be excited that weekend. I have to remember there's a hockey game on the Saturday though, right?
Yeah,
I kind of
yeah.
forgot that last year when I got mixed up with Samuel Jardine, and I see he's coming back, and all the guys. I just, uh, it's
You're gonna
gonna
have a
be
blast.
it's gonna be something.
You're
Can't
gonna
believe
have
I
a
actually have to play
blast.
hockey though. God, it's gonna hurt.
Don't I play golf the day before? We're doing a golf tournament for Ty Hafan the day before.
The day
Get on
before the
it.
testimonial.
Yeah. Get the early morning slots. Get on there.
Jeepers, that would make the weekend even busier.
Yeah. If you've
Uh,
got time.
where is it?
I think they're doing it in Wenville Golf Club, which I think is where Boundary plays. So
I enjoy golfing, and I'm trying to have a tournament. If people don't show up to your tournament, then they didn't come, right?
yeah, true. Gonna have to
But
make an appearance now. Maybe you'll play a
I
beat the
wouldn't have
pro.
clubs or anything with me.
I got some sticks you can use.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, how busy can I be that weekend?
We'll talk after the pod.
Sounds good. So I'm guessing you are a right winger.
Nope, center.
I figured you'd put yourself at center because you're the captain.
Yeah, just center attention all the time.
Yeah. You know you got to play way more D zone as a center, eh?
Yeah, I just stay there. Just don't move. Don't go forward. Just pass it. Get the apples.
I,
That's my,
I would
that's
rather
my
be a winger and just stand by the D man, say, "Okay, let me know when we got the puck, and I'll be ready to go."
just hogging that blue line. I know your kind.
I got my
We
guy.
hate we hate your kind.
So when is this UK charity classic going down? Because I think it happens every year, and every year I'm astonished at how much money they make for these charities.
Yeah, it's the last weekend of July. Um, so we get together Friday night. We play 4 games on Saturday. Go out Saturday night, play 4 games Sunday, and there's like a final. But yeah, the money's amazing. I mean, like I think we're on £16,000 already since October for our team for Ty Hafan. So like,
So how do you
yeah,
go about
smashing it out.
raising
Yeah,
the money for it?
we've hit a couple of like corporate sponsors. So we're selling like spaces on the shirt. So we've
Yeah.
got like a main sponsor, like local companies. They put like 2 grand into it or
Sometimes I wish
1,500
I
quid.
made money doing this so I could do more things because I had a kid from Cardiff reach out from the mental health hockey team,
Yeah,
and I had my tough go getting out of the game with mental health-ish stuff for a bit. Um, and when you're going through, you don't really realize it until you get out of it. But when they asked me to sponsor the kid, I said sure, but like I don't make money doing this, but I do find it neat that I'm sponsoring a kid in that
yeah,
tournament.
that's class.
Yeah.
Get your logo out there as well on the
Right.
jersey.
So you're probably an expensive jersey to get on, eh? If you're the captain.
I'm all sold up already.
You
You have
already
to get
sold
in
up?
it. Captain gets sold out weeks ago. You have to get an early boy.
Oh yeah. Yeah, hot commodity, eh?
I'll see if I can make a space for you. Squeeze you
Uh-huh.
on somewhere.
Um, so how do you guys pick your team? Like how do people just ask to be on the team? Do you ask people to be on the team, or is it the same people as last year?
So you have to apply through they like open registration up, and I'm sure they had hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, maybe even 1,000 people apply this year to do it. And then the committee sort of puts players together who may have done work previously with the tournament, or if there's spaces, try and bring in some new blood as well. I'm not entirely sure exactly how they pick it, but
Right.
um, good guy for you to speak to is, do you know Hubs? Gareth Hubback?
Yeah, I know the name. Yep. I know him.
He would be a he'd be a good interview because he's an ex-referee or
Really?
linesman. Yeah. And he started All Stars.
Really?
So
Well, starting,
yeah,
that's pretty neat because there's been a lot of money raised. I've seen it over the years.
they've raised over £1 million for like all these charities.
That's crazy.
It's insane.
It really is.
So
And then it's kind of like a testimonial, like for Matthew, he got to bring back his friends and have a weekend, and then all the money is a thank you for that player for 10 years. And well, it's kind of life changing how they can have a fantastic weekend with all their friends, play a hockey game, and make money that like can really help them in life. And it's so cool the UK does that, and that we're going to do it for the GOAT. But then the UK Charity All Stars, it's like, well, it's just a bunch of people getting together for a weekend and playing hockey and having fun, and
yeah,
we're making money.
yeah, and like there's so many good guys in it, like ex-pros who have played. Like we got one guy who plays internationally for Hong Kong on our team this year. In fact, we got one of the GB ladies playing in our team this year. Um, we got some studs in our team this year. It's gonna be really good.
Um,
But then
fun fact for you today is I'm pretty sure the way Wally Night came about, which is also part of the reason how I started a podcast and missed being the hockey guy and talking to my friends. The reason they ended up having a Wally Night was because fans had taken upon themselves to try and invite me and bring me to the UK Charity All-Stars weekend. And then when it didn't make sense to spend that much money to fly me over, um, then the Devils said, well, we're looking to do some promotions this year, so why don't we have him over? And then it happened, and it was a life changer.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, it was cool.
Well, it's
Yeah, it
cool
was
that
good.
guy started that tournament, so then all this stuff has played out, you know?
Yeah. And like you meet good people as well, you know. There's good people in hockey, right? So
Especially when you're getting a tournament for charity for the weekend, there's going to be a lot of good people in it for the right reasons.
yeah, and and they're mental off the ice as well, so that's
Mm.
great. The Saturday night is absolute carnage.
And then do you play Sunday?
Yeah.
Oh
The
yeah.
first game's at like 10 o'clock as well. There's
So
not many sober
so I'm
heads.
guessing you'll hit Chippy Lane at some point during this weekend.
You got it.
What will
Chippy
you
Lane.
order?
I'm mixed kebab guy every day.
Mixed kebab, like chicken and beef?
Yeah. Chicken and whatever that meat is that they
Wow,
cut off.
right.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what it is either, but
Horse
um
or something.
um I- that's the one I usually go with. I usually don't bother
Yeah.
with the chicken. I know what that is.
Yeah. Yeah. It's all the bits you don't want. But it tastes damn good when you're smashed. Cover it in
Doesn't it though?
sauce. Oh, there's no place in the world like Chippy Lane, is there?
There really isn't a place like it in the world, I don't think.
Yeah.
It's some of the most exciting people watching you'll ever do, and you get to muck it up, eat food that makes you feel better and want to go to sleep, but then you also see some things you'll never see anywhere else in the world.
Oh my God, you are right there. There is
Okay,
some sights on that lane.
do you have any fun Chippy Lane stories of like anybody like pooping their pants? Because my last Chippy, I have two really good Chippy Lane stories from my last time in Wales. The first night, there weren't many guys around yet, but I hit Chippy Lane with Hendo, and we had fun that night. And then he ordered some box like that has all the crap in it that you shovel in. And well, he dumped it on the ground, face down. All the food was on it, on the ground at Chippy Lane. And he just picked it up with his paw, put it back in the
Oh.
container, and started eating it. And it was so beautifully disgusting. It was the most disgusting thing I've ever seen somebody eat food that had been on Chippy Lane. But he did that, and then his whole family got sick the next day. And I don't know why. But
Nothing to do with the floor.
then my latest Chippy Lane story, my last night was after Batchy's testimonial. Hit Chippy Lane with Team Great Britain's coach and the Devils, Pete Russell, and Franny. And there were some other guys there, but that's who I was standing there eating with. And then a guy went by that was all hopped up on whatever. And Pete's like, look, he's shat himself. And I'm like, he has shat himself. And it wasn't like, it was like he had exploded. His butt had exploded into his pants. And he was just cruising around Chippy Lane. I just love it.
But like everyone's thinking like, that's a mental story. But that is what Chippy Lane is like all
It's
the time. You could go there on a Tuesday night and there's some kid being sick of that on his mate or something.
do
It's,
you have a best Chippy Lane story?
I'm trying to think. Not really. The only real one I've got is where I fell asleep. Did you ever go to the Philharmonic when you were here? The
Mm,
Philly.
no, I don't even know what
So
that is.
it's like a club bar, and we went out after the rugby. You know what International Day's like in Cardiff?
I do.
Crackers.
Yeah, good
Got
days.
smashed. Fell asleep in the Philharmonic. Then you're like, right, come on, let's get you out. Let's go and get some food. And then got a full like thing of kebab, and the floor is so wet and slippery from grease and puke and
Mm,
shit probably.
yeah,
And
yeah, all the
and
things.
I just stacked it, and you can imagine like a cartoon gone. There's kebab in the air. Just
You fell
yeah.
down?
Oh, completely stacked it.
Oh,
Yeah, kebab everywhere. I'm just covered in juice,
you were that guy
floor
that we're
juice.
usually watching.
Yeah. Did I shit myself that day?
Oh man,
Oh,
these testimonials when they put us in that hotel that's right there at Chippy Lane. It's like, Well,
Oh,
how do we not just run amok the whole weekend?
I don't know. That's in the Clayton, right? The Clayton's
The
right
Clayton,
outside.
yeah. And
Yeah.
last time I stayed up so late, I think it was jet lag, I just didn't really adjust to Welsh time, but I was still awake seeing them clean up Chippy Lane. And wow, it's amazing because you see it at night and it is so disgusting. There is shit everywhere. And then you wake up the next day and it's clean and you're like, how did they do that? How does this keep happening? But then I saw they like bring out like Zambonis that just push all the garbage like towards the cans, and then they have this whole system, and it was beautiful to watch.
Surprised you don't just light the floor on fire and just let it burn out. It's probably flammable, the amount of
Well,
crap that's on there.
they got to do it every night, man. That place is electric.
Like I said, Tuesday nights is still bouncing.
I think
Yeah.
Chippy Lane is it's like in the fabric of being a Cardiff Devil, If you're playing for the Cardiff Devils and you don't know about Chippy Lane and you're not doing it, then you're not playing hockey right.
Yeah. You're definitely not playing Cardiff right.
No, no. I can't wait to come back and see everybody. It's gonna be so much fun.
When do you come?
So I'm in a group chat with Hotham and Benty, which we flew out together last time and had a great time doing so. So we're planning to fly out the Wednesday night, arrive Thursday morning, and then get to Cardiff by Thursday evening, and then we'll have until I'm staying till Monday. There's no way I'm leaving Sunday.
Yeah.
Benty, that psycho is leaving on the Sunday. Can you imagine that? That's just stupid.
Yeah. You're gonna need an extra day. You need an extra day in Chippy Lane. A Sunday Chippy Lane.
The Sunday last time might have been the best day because then Batchy was done with all his stuff and could actually hang out with us. And well, we had fun. Sunday fun day.
Yeah. I won't ask any questions.
Wow, we just sat outside and it was a beautiful day.
Yeah, Sundays are great. Day
Mhm.
drinking.
So what do you do for a day job?
Work for National Grid, the electricity distributor.
Is that
So
right?
yeah, as a performance analyst. So just review how the staff are doing, how we can get better.
Yeah, performance analyst. Eh? Sounds like it could
Yeah,
be a hockey job.
sounds posh, but it's not. It
Hey, the
keeps me
real
busy and
world
it
is
pays
the
the
real
bills.
world, eh?
Sure is. And it lets me play hockey, so with
Right.
the times and stuff. So
I understand. It's like I work really hard with my job, so then I can do this on lunch hours sometimes, because then I get to have
yeah,
fun and be kind of play hockey, but in a different way.
I don't actually know what you do. What do you do apart from make trophies and call people at the wrong time?
Hey, I didn't know your clocks hadn't changed. I thought you weren't ready to play.
I'm still driving home.
I was antsy. I am the engineering technician supervisor at a global heat treatment company. Um, I got a team of people that we do the drawings of how to set things up to meet code and requirements around the world. And it's a small town boy from Kincardine that started this company that is, well, it's very impressive what he's built from this small town. And I drive around the town sometimes and I'm like, you work at Superheat, you work at Superheat. And I'm like, oh my God, this guy's paying for all these people's cars and houses. And man, he must feel proud driving around this town,
Yeah, that's class.
And he's
He's definitely
sponsoring my
giving
golf
back.
tournament too. So I can work hard and play hard because while I can do this and work, and they have no issues with me doing this because they know I'll do my job, and he's told me that before. And he said, it looks like you're having fun, and I said I am. And then they've just let me be, and now we're gonna raise money for the hospital together. So
That's sick. That is
yeah,
that is class.
so it's it'd be tough to work for anybody else nowadays.
Yeah, you'll never leave.
Well, it's like he says jump. I'm like, well, how high? Where do you want me to
Yeah,
go?
that's a
Yeah.
serious job, mind.
But yeah, no, he's a great guy, and for moving to a town where I didn't know anybody, and him to take a chance on me and then take care of me the way he has, and um, it's pretty neat, and he appreciates me coaching in town and knows I got to leave early to do it sometimes, and it's all good, you know.
That's sick. That's class.
Fun fact for you today is both teams I coach, the under 13 Kincardine Canucks and the Ripley Wolves, the senior team. Uh, both of my teams are starting the finals tonight. So I have 2 hockey games tonight. I have my under 13 boys. We start a best 2 out of 3 to see who's the champion of WOAA. And the Ripley Wolves start after that to see who wins the championship in that league. So
Nice.
I have 2 trophies I can try to win. And then we go to all Ontario's with the under 13s. And then I have 1 more trophy I can try to win. So it's fun being back in the game, you know?
You're a busy guy. Yeah.
I am a
To
busy
play as
guy.
well.
No, God,
To
no.
play.
No. No
Just sit on their
interest.
side, bark orders.
Yeah, I just tell them what to do now because I can't do it.
Your body just stopped letting you do that.
It's interesting when you're coaching to me is well, I don't have to sweat. I don't get slashed or punched. And I still get to be a part of a team and try and win championships. And it's like, huh, this is pretty cool.
Class.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's cool.
Do you have? I don't have any notes today, so do you have any questions for me?
Not really. Just looking forward to you to come over and have a beer when you get over here.
I agree. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys too. And thanks for letting me stay there when I came from Matthews.
No problem. I mean, I'm hoping we won't have a house by the time you come over because we're trying to sell it. So hopefully, I can't offer you somewhere to stay, but if we're still here, you can, and you're looking for somewhere, you can come.
I'm sure I can find somewhere to lay my head down until the weekend when we get the hotels.
Yeah,
Um, I got my eye on Hendo. He's got a busy household these days, but I don't see him enough.
that'd be nice.
Mhm.
No, I haven't got anything. I don't think. I've just looking forward to
So
catching up when you come over.
yeah, me too. So basically you play for the Cardiff Bay Buccaneers and you're the captain at T Haven. That's most of your hockey right now.
That's all my hockey right now, other
Mm.
than watching the Devils, and yeah, that's it really.
Um,
Yeah,
the Devils have had a well, I guess somewhat of an interesting year, eh? They started out real hot, won the Continental Cup, and doesn't seem like things have been going as well recently, eh?
it's just so strange. It was like a button was pressed after that Continental Hockey Cup, one trophy, and just went, "Pff, that'll do."
Right?
And it's strange. I mean, obviously, I'm just a fan, so I don't know any of the inner workings, but yeah, it's been a tough couple of weeks
Hmm.
for yeah, and then we play
It's
Belfast tonight, so it doesn't
right,
get easier.
and Belfast is fighting for the title.
Yeah,
Mm,
and our record this year against them is not good.
I heard that.
So
Yeah, and they lost the Challenge Cup final against them. I saw.
yeah,
Losing sucks.
yeah, I've had a bad week. I'm a Liverpool fan. Got kicked out of Champions League. Lost the Challenge Cup final. Then the next day, then Liverpool lost the lost the final on the weekend. It's been a tough week for sport in my
Mm,
house.
that's yeah. Though sometimes you go through those stretches.
Yeah,
But I think with like Matthew would be a great coach with the Devils. I think that was a great hire. But it's tough league to win. Like there's other teams with good budgets, good coaches, good players, and
yeah.
it's not an easy thing to do.
No, and this has been the most competitive it's been in a little while. It's nice to see like Nottingham up there doing well. Like you got three teams are still in the hunt for the league, and there's only a couple of weeks left. So it's as exciting as it's been. Not for us as Devils fans because we're probably out of the league now, but we can
Right.
still look at playoffs. But it's nice to have a competitive league rather than like one team just running away with it every year.
No, I
You know,
totally
so
agree. Yeah.
it's
It is
it's
good that
exciting.
Nottingham's better this season because, like, that's a big organization or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah,
And they were not good enough for a lot of years.
no, no,
Mm.
and they got the best rink in the league as well by
Shit,
far.
no, they don't.
They do. It's class.
Are you
I was
serious?
there. I was there
What is
Wednesday,
wrong
and
with you?
it's class. Our
What's
rink,
nice about it?
the Devil's rink is way too small. It's designed terribly. Should be
I
that should
never
be
said the
5,000
Devil's Arena
seats.
was good. I like the Big Blue Tent way more than their new one.
Yeah, that's true. The tent
Like
was the
I just
best.
will never get over the fact that there's the place to walk around between the seats and the glass. It's like the fans need to be right up on the glass. There's no reason to have 5 feet of walking area before the first seats.
Yeah, yeah, true,
You want to be at
true.
the action. You want to be up in there.
Right at the glass, yeah.
But Nottingham's no. It is too warm. It's too big, and if you dump it in, don't play on my line.
It's too
It's
long.
way too
Way too
far to go
far.
get it. Like, just pass it to me. Look how much room we have out here. Why would you dump it in? I don't know.
Yeah,
It's that rink. There's a lot of places to go, and I don't find there's much mucking it up or hitting because it's too far away to get near anybody.
yeah. It was quite feisty Wednesday. There was some
Nope.
scrapping going on.
That usually happens in what are they called? Lopsided wins.
Yeah,
When one team starts losing and they're proud and don't like losing, then things usually can get away from a team. Yeah.
yeah. It happens. Some
Uh-huh.
guys are competitive, right?
Well, yeah, it happens in under 13. It's not even something you can always control because if I say to my kids when we start beating a team handily, I'm like, keep your head up. This is when kids get stupid. Um,
Yeah.
be prepared, and we don't need any suspensions.
No, in our league now, like there's guys. I don't know why they've done it, but there's a 20 game ban for a fight in my league now
20
because
game ban for a fight?
it's ridiculous, isn't it?
Are you
Because
guys
like,
not paying to play hockey?
yeah,
So
they just want
is it so
no
isn't it up
fighting.
to you if you fight?
Yeah, but the refs, the league has just said we don't want any fighting in the league because there's some guys that like can't skate particularly well in our league, like which is fine. But like they just don't want anyone to get hurt, which is mental. But it's just gonna get dangerous, and someone's gonna have a fight this year. I can already feel it. But
I mean,
20 games is so much.
like how many games you guys even play in a year?
Like 12.
So you're suspended for years. Might
Yeah.
have to find a
See,
different league to play in.
honestly, it's crazy.
That
I don't know why they've done it, but
well, I
it
guess
is
they've
what it
made
is.
it pretty well known you are not allowed to fight.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then it's like,
So
so what if somebody runs your buddy from behind or like slide tackles and tries to take their knees out and you're right there? Like, are you not supposed to help your teammate out?
exactly. Exactly. And we were and like every guy on that team, 100% would.
Right.
And then but the thing is, they just as long as they don't like drop the gloves and like proper go at it, then
They'll just get a
they
roughing.
they'll just get a rough in or they'll get a game or something.
So it just turns
But
into more of wrestling matches with gloves on.
yeah, handbags.
Hmm.
Yeah, but
I don't know
it is
about
what it
you.
is.
I really enjoy watching hockey fights, and I feel there's a lot of reasons for a hockey fight to happen, and some some of it was unnecessary, but I feel hockey is very necessary. Fighting in hockey is very necessary, and it can bring teams together. It can get the crowd going. It can get the arena going. It can change if your team's not doing well and some guy goes out there and beats a guy up, then the game can change. Or
Yeah,
it's showing up for a teammate to show what you'll do for him. Um, like they can't take fighting out of hockey, or else the losers can keep being losers.
yeah, I agree. And the refs are so quick. I don't know what it's like over with you, but like in our league, it seems though the refs are so quick to jump in and just take the sting out of anything so quickly. And like those
Yeah,
staged fights are just not. They just
that's
don't
not what
happen
you need.
anymore.
No, the stage
No,
fight isn't what you need, but the passionate ones, the ones for a reason, those always
yeah,
have to happen.
yeah, exactly. And I don't know. I think I agree with you. I think they're killing the game by taking it out, and it's going to get more dangerous because then
Guys can do
you're going
whatever
to
they
get
want.
the cheap hits. No one has to answer the bell. Um,
I'll never forget my rookie year of pro. Well, I'd been in NCAA and nobody was allowed to fight, and you wore full cages, and I would do some dirty shit. And then I went to pro, and I did a couple of those things in games. And the one time I did it, I gave the guy a little whammy on the back of the pants when he was going in for the puck on the boards, and well, he went in feet first into the boards and nearly really hurt himself, and I did feel bad. But as soon as I did it, the biggest guy on the other team, their fighter, came off the bench and skated straight at me, and I was like, I'm not going to do that anymore.
That was a mistake.
That was dumb, and now I have to pay the piper. Shoot.
Just turtle, just hope for the best.
Actually, what happened was another great teammate came in and was third man into the fight to save me, and got suspended.
What a guy. I bet he
Yeah.
was I bet he was
Thank you.
getting all the taps
Thank
in
you
the
for
locker
saving
room
my
though.
life.
Yeah.
I won't do it again. I learned my lesson, you know? But now if
Yeah,
these
because
guys
next time
don't
it's
learn their
you.
lessons, they're going to keep doing it.
Yeah, exactly. No,
Mm.
I hope it changes, but will it? I don't know.
So now that you're going to have a 2.5 to 3-year-old when I come, are you going to be allowed to play and hit Chippy Lane at the testimonial weekend?
I'll have to put my request in now. I
Yeah,
have
you're
to,
going to have to ask for a hall pass.
I'll ask if I can get a weekend off. I'll have to make sure I get that in early. Offer some
I find it
offer
so
some jobs.
I find it so interesting. All those guys I played with now are all like dads and have kids. And I was the only one with a kid when I played in Cardiff. And now I'm going to go back, and all these guys are going to have to be asking for hall passes like I used to.
Yeah, I'm sure we can arrange something.
Right. Well, you'll have to send me some details about this golf, and I'll have to figure out if that's a possibility, because it is going to be a busy weekend of seeing everybody, and golf does take
Yeah,
time, doesn't it?
so it is. Well, I got clubs here you can use if you do want to play,
Some
or
righties.
even just come for a go. Yeah, yeah, righties.
Okay.
So
No, I am
if not, I've got a
interested.
knock.
Maybe I could convince a couple other guys to do it too, and make a day of it.
Yeah, get a testimonial team.
Oh, jeepers. That almost sounds fun. Well,
Get on the beers early doors.
hopefully people will show up to my tournament and actually register. Because I said I could get 112 golfers, which I have no idea if I can. And we'll see what happens, because if people don't show up, they don't show up. And now I got sponsors, and we're trying to raise money, and it's like, well, if I don't get enough golfers,
You'll be fine.
you
Mates of
think?
mates.
Right.
Email the local golf clubs. You'll be fine.
Well, even like the head of HR at my company, once they said they'd sponsor, and I sent her the poster, um, she's like, "Oh, I'm the head of the hospital foundation, and thank you for doing this." And I was like, "Oh, I had no idea. I was just trying to have fun." And she's like, "Oh, we can spread this around through the hospital social media and blah blah blah." I was like, "Oh, wow, it really does take everybody to win," you know?
So it is. Word of mouth. It's not what you know, it's who you know. For sure.
Indeed, that's for
For
sure.
sure. Yeah.
Yes, that's hockey. Um,
Yeah.
do you have anything else before we shut it down today?
Nah, I'm good. Just good to catch up with you.
Yeah, it's
Good to
good to
see you.
catch up with you too, and say hi to the family. That was a fun weekend.
It was. We'll do it again. Do it again in the summer.
Game on.
Yeah.
And this has been another episode of Two L's and Hockey Tales with Scotty and Wally.